I don't need a fucking cosigner to post rhymes for controversy. I'm calculated, your validation does not concern me. You created a character you can market, but I'm sharp enough to sharpen my view. Whenever you charge him, I can...
Yo, what's going on? You now tuned in to the Very Blunt Sports Podcast. You are here with me, your host with the most, here to brag and boast and to celebrate and toast. I'm Tay the Loose Cannon Adams, aka Stephen Tay Smith. You're now tuned in to me. We're now in the Blaze Up Studios up here, wherever we at. So, a little bit today, I'm gonna show y'all why I say that this show it's a sports podcast, yeah, but it definitely got a lot of hip hop elements to it. It definitely is influenced by what I say, the culture. I want y'all to tune in to a show that I'm gonna do in the future. Oh, by the way, thank y'all, and please continue to like, subscribe, and share on my YouTube channel. Y'all getting them numbers up for me. The views is good. Everything is good. I'm just honored. I'm greatly appreciated. I'm humbled by all of this. I do what I do because I love it. But like I was saying, show got a lot of hip hop elements to it. And I know everybody watched the versus battle. I know I did. Fat Joe and Ja Rule. I liked it. It was all right. It was okay. It was good to see, them perform. It was good to see them go out there and do their hits. But sadly to say, Ja won that. In my opinion, Ja won that. Ja just controlled the crowd better. He came with the hits. He came with what he called the timeless hits, and that's exactly what they is. Whether you want to say that you listen to him or not, or want to admit that you listen to him or not, he had the hit, especially when they did, Put It On Me and brought out Little Mo. Shout outs to her, living legend still. A favorite song of hers, off topic. My favorite song that she was featured in was probably, on the Dynasty album, the Parking Lot Pimpin', Jay-Z, Mint Bleak, and B. Siegel. So it was good. Probably some type of tour might come from this. I know they was talking about it and things like that. And they were saying something about next versus battle or calling out JD, Diddy said JD arms too short to box with God. JD got hits. That's all I'm gonna say. If y'all really know and understand who he is and what he represents, y'all know that he got hits. He do. Like, he was making crisscross when Diddy was Andre Harrell's assistant. That's just what it is. I ain't trying to hate, but that's just the annals of history. That's the facts of it all. And like I said, we blend sports and hip hop on my show. And the perfect blend of that, do y'all research. I'm gonna do a show on that. The Source Sports. You had the Source magazine, then you had the Source Sports. Go look that up. I ain't frauding or faking. Yo, I do want to say, shout outs to Sports Illustrated, putting Megan Thee Stallion on there. Good look for her. Good looking at, definitely a good looker. Something good to look at. Kids, this is called a magazine. Yeah, when I was growing up, you had to take a look. It's in the book. But in this case, it's a magazine. But I wanted to also point that out, too, in the versus battle. Like, yeah, Fat Joe, he called them dusty bitches. He wound up apologizing to Lil Mo Vita. The person that stole the show was Ashanti. She stole the show in so many different ways, but it was still a group effort on Murder Inc. part. Shout outs to Remy Ma. She did all the Big Pun's verses, and she killed it. Especially, the deep cover. Kind of mad at Fat Joe that he did some of his hits a little bit too late. Later down the line, he definitely should have did, Bet Your Man Can't, go look that up. And if you see the video, it's a young DJ Khaled in there before everything had jumped off. But Irv Gotti, he wound up saying something because I guess Fat Joe had mentioned 50 Cent or whatever, but it's like, he ain't even have to say nothing for real. And then 50 responded because, that's what he do. But 50, I think to me, 50 is focused on right now, giving us everything Power. Yeah, I'm an endorser of Power. I watch Power, watched all seasons from the beginning. I like Power Book 2, Tariq shit. Um, I like Raising Canaan. I'm on that. Watch that all the time. And I'm just waiting for Tommy shit. And by the way, we're gonna get BMF soon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And I'm gonna be watching the Wu Saga. I got a whole lot of, hip hop and sports in me to watch. That's what I do basically. One more subject I'm gonna get on. As y'all know, anybody that know me know I'm a wrestling fan. Say what you want about it. I was raised watching it. From my grandma Bernice Rabnell, God rest her soul, to my great granddad Jasper Rabnell, God rest his soul. It was just around. It was just part of me. You know what I'm saying? And I like wrestling because it ain't no off season. It's on basically 3 days out of the week. There ain't no off season, so that's why I really like it. But talking about that, on Monday, Big E, African American wrestler, shout outs to him. In case y'all don't know who he is, he became the fourth African American WWE champion, beating another African American champion, the third African American champion, in Bobby Lashley. So it's real historical on a whole bunch of events. I'm tripping over my words, excuse me, y'all. I know y'all fucks with me, but it was historical because it's only been four ever in history. Four black WWE champions, starting with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm pretty sure everybody know him. He only got like 6 movies a year. Then Kofi Kingston, and then Bobby Lashley, and now Big E. So that's definitely big. That's important. That's something I wanted to share with y'all. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, I'm endorsing another book. I do read this. This is my fourth time reading it. I ain't gonna front. The 50th Law of Power, 50 Cent and Robert Greene. Real good find. Real good something to read. But now that we got some of the hip hop stuff out the way, we're gonna get into some NFL action. Right now, I'm about to give y'all the NFL power rankings. Number 1 coming in, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 2, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Seattle Seahawks, the Los Angeles Rams, and then at number 5, the Buffalo Bills. The Cleveland Browns come in at 6. 7 is the San Francisco 49ers. 8 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. 9, the New Orleans Saints. And at 10, rounding out the NFL power ranking, is the Baltimore Ravens. I don't disagree with that power ranking. I really, really don't. Nothing. All of those teams are legitimately good in that top 10 category, regardless if they 1-0 or 0-1 right now, because it is just the beginning of the season and we about to go into week 2 tonight. So now that we got the NFL power ranking about the way coming up, just in the NFL week alone, wherever you watching the game and whoever your team is, we're gonna get into some college football later on. You see it, I got on my Michigan hoodie right now, go blue, Jim Harbaugh and all of them. I need to get me some more Michigan hats. I'm slacking on that. But coming up in week 2, we got 6 divisional games. Now, me personally, I love the divisional games. I can't get enough of that shit because it's like teams play harder when they know they division rival, when they know they sitting across the field from their division rival. It's like it gives it's good television. It's good TV. It makes good, and it makes the players play hard, and it makes the fans, because everybody knows somebody that's a rival of their team. I know plenty of people that's Redskins fans. Shout outs to my cousin Rich Bush. Shout outs to my homie Donald. I know a couple of Giants fans, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of Eagles fans. My cousin Duran, my homeboy Anthony, my homeboy Stevie. There's a lot of Eagles fans. My homegirl Mandy. Shout outs to all of them. But tonight, we got the Giants and we got the football team. I almost slipped up and called them the other name because I'm so used to calling them the other name. I can't say the other name because it's offensive, Redskins, but I can't say that. But you know what? I'm looking at this game and it's like the fan in me, because I'm a Cowboys fan. It's like I want this game to end in a tie. I really do. And I hope that we win. And I hope that the Eagles lose. That way we could be on top of the division, even though it's week 2. But the journalists and me, sometimes I got to take the fandom out. But with this game, I'm gonna go with the football team. I'm going with them because you know what? As long as Jason Garrett is is doing anything offensively, I don't trust it. I don't like it. As y'all saw on my last episode, what's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys? You saw I talked a lot of shit about Jason Garrett because that's what I felt. That's how I feel. And that's just is what it is. Like I said, please continue to like, subscribe, and share it to my YouTube channel. Please go on my Facebook page, tag Dizza Adams. Also, go on the Very Blunt Sports Podcast fan page on Facebook. Please continue to keep it respectful. Please continue to keep it competitive. And please continue to keep it all up. But back to the NFL action. That's my pick. I'm picking the football team to, I ain't going to say beat up on the Giants, but I hope they win. I hope they beat them. Now we're going to go into some more NFL action. Like I stated, and like I said, there's six division games, so I'm always good for that. Anything above 3, 4, and 5 is good. We got the Las Vegas Raiders against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both teams play good. I get that to them both, but both teams play from behind because Pittsburgh was losing most of the game to Buffalo last week, just like the Raiders. The Raiders was losing most of the game to the Ravens, but it was still good showing. It was a good showing by Derek Carr, and it was a good showing by the Pittsburgh Steelers with the run game and with the passing game with Chase Claypool and everything. I saw something on ESPN. They said is Ben Roethlisberger the worst QB in the NFC North, and I'm trying to figure out how when he besides from not having the MVP and not even having the Super Bowl MVP, key thing, he got 2 Super Bowls. He went to 3, but he got 2. He got most of the records of the Steelers franchise as a quarterback. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. What I'm saying is, what I'm getting to, he's a lot more accomplished than Baker Mayfield. He's a lot more accomplished than Lamar Jackson. He's a lot more accomplished than Joe Barrows, even though he's been in the game longer, but he got that veteran savvy. And whether if this is his last year or not, he ain't the worst quarterback in that division. I think Baker Mayfield threw more interceptions than every quarterback in that division, but what do I know? I'm just a Cowboys fan, right? Steelers fan? Yeah. I had to throw that in there. But next game, we got the 49ers and the Eagles. We got Houston and Cleveland, Denver and Jacksonville. Then we got a divisional game. Like I said, I love these divisional games. We got the Saints and the Panthers. Now, I'm looking at that game and looking at what the Saints did to Green Bay last week. It possibly could be a repeat because Sam Darnold, he ain't as elite as Aaron Rodgers, and for that to happen to Aaron Rodgers. And another thing, we can't sleep on the Saints defense. So before I wound up jumping ahead, my prediction for the 49ers and the Eagles game, I'm going to go with the 49ers on that one. I'm going with Houston over Cleveland, and I'm going with Denver over Jacksonville, and I'm taking New Orleans over Carolina. Next, we got the Rams against the Colts. Obviously, the Rams look better. They in sync. Defense is better. They just a better overall team than the Colts, unless the Colts could somehow find a way to bounce back because Carson Wentz is showing why he wanted to leave Philly and why Philly wanted to get rid of him. Another divisional game. That's in the AFC East. We got Buffalo and Miami. Both teams look good. That's a real tough one for me. But honestly, shout outs to my father-in-law, Brian Baker. He's a Bills fan. Because I know you watching this. Shit. I'm going to go with Buffalo. I'm going to go with Buffalo to bounce back. They 0-1. Look for Buffalo to be 1-1. Now we got another divisional game. We got the New England Patriots and we got the New York Jets. Now, I'm automatically going with the Patriots due to history, even though Tom Brady ain't there no more. They got a long history of just beating the shit out of the Jets. I don't see the Jets really coming up no time soon. I mean, as far as that division, you got Buffalo, you got Miami, New England, then you got the Jets. As far as how it's looking on paper, they gonna finish last in the division. I really don't see them making the playoffs. I could be wrong, and I admit if I'm wrong. But now we got Cincinnati at Chicago. See, as long as Andy Dalton's in the game, I can't take Chicago. I really, really can't. Joe Burrows is looking good right now. Andy Dalton had his time, ironically, in Cincinnati, where he couldn't get out of the first round of the playoffs. I know a lot of people said that about Tony Romo, but it's true. And it's true about Andy Dalton, too. Until they put the future in, which is their quarterback, the one that they got sitting the bench, the one that they need to play, because Chicago Bears fans, they want to win and they want to win now. Until y'all don't put him in, I don't see y'all winning. And it shouldn't have to take for either week 3 or week 4. But on to another divisional game. We got the reigning defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, Atlanta is going to them, but this is an easy one for me. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. I'm not going to go up against or bet up against Tom and Matt Ryan and the Falcons as a whole. I don't know if they still suffering a Super Bowl hangover from what is now almost 5 years ago, but they known for catching the lead and slipping. And ironically, when they was in the Super Bowl, who did they lose to? Tom Brady. So see how it all comes back around and how it all works out. So yeah, I'm not taking Tampa. I ain't taking Atlanta. Excuse me. Minnesota and Arizona. I'm gonna take Arizona. Tennessee and Seattle. I'm gonna go with Seattle. They just looking a little bit better. I think Tennessee is gonna finally start catching on and going on a 2-game winning streak after this loss to Seattle. Of course, you got my Dallas Cowboys going up against the Chargers. Automatically, I'm gonna pick us to win. Not just because I'm a Cowboys fan, but for the simple fact that Dak is back. Our offensive line is back. We got a key injury. We need Zeke to get going. Zeke needs to go back to being the beast. We need to feed Zeke. Zeke needs to want to eat. Zeke needs to know where that end zone at and not be afraid to do what he was doing in Ohio State in the first couple of years when he was leading the league in rushing yards. So we definitely need him to get back to his form. Now we got Kansas City at Baltimore. This is the Sunday night game. I'm going with Kansas City because history shows that Patrick Mahomes against Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes is undefeated, even though it's really the Chiefs against the Ravens. It's a team game, but Lamar Jackson, he says that, but deep down, he wants to beat Patrick Mahomes. He at least wants to have one up on him. We need to see something like this on a regular basis, just like how we used to see Brady and Manning going at it, who could one up each other because they ain't in the same division, but they in the same conference, and they're probably going to play each other at least a couple times every other year. But they're going to see each other in the playoffs. At least we hope so. At least I hope so. Now we get into the last divisional game, which is the Monday night game, which is the Detroit Lions against the Green Bay Packers. Now, I know I had jumped on Facebook and I was talking crazy to a couple Packers fans that I know, and they deserved it because they talk shit about me being a Cowboys fan. But it's all good. That's what we do. That's what we get into. We joke with each other every day like that 3 times on Sunday during the football season. When it ain't the football season, it's twice on Sunday. We kind of let up on each other. But if you're asking me to pick, and that's what you're asking me to do because that's what I'm here to do, I'm definitely taking Green Bay. 5 letters. RELAX. Green Bay fans, football fans, relax. Aaron the Bad Man Rodgers. If he do go on the 2-game losing streak, this ain't gonna be it. not to the Detroit Lions. He's not going to lose to them. Flat out. He's coming back with a vengeance. He don't like that loss that he took and all of the memes that's been on Facebook and everybody saying how he gave up and everybody saying, oh, we know this is his last year and we don't know where he's going to go. But we do know that him and the Packers are going to part ways. But one thing about him is he's a competitor. He got that competitive spirit and he'll be damned if he loses to the Detroit Lions. All my Detroit Lions fans out there, sorry to say it like that, but it is what it is. I wasn't digging in my nose of this. You know what I mean? Just so you know what. He don't dig in his nose on the show, and he ain't gonna edit that shit. I don't edit shit for real, to be honest with you. It's raw, it's real, it's uncut, and it's me. But on to the next, on to the next. Now look at this so far. Now I'm gonna give you, say like, even though it's only week 1 going into week 2, as of right now, the Miami Dolphins lead the AFC East. The Las Vegas Raiders, they lead the West. The Pittsburgh Steelers lead the North. And the Houston Texans lead the South. Those are all the divisional leaders right now in the AFC conferences. And in the NFC East, NFC standings in the NFC East, the Eagles, they're ahead of the division so far. The Los Angeles Rams, they're out there running the West with week 1. And it's crazy because right now in the NFC North, the Vikings are the leader division, but all 4 teams suffered the big L on Sunday. Don't know how that worked, but it got to work somehow, and it all works out. Now, we got the New Orleans Saints. They'll be, right now they running the NFC South. Looking good, but I think Tom Brady wants that division. He feels that he could take that division. He feels he's the more elite one in that division. This ain't no endorsement, but it's just is what it is on how he's feeling. Now we're going to get you and everybody else get me into some college football. I know we going into week 3 of college football, and it's a lot of college teams to keep up with, but I'm only keeping up with the top 25 ranking because, first off, like I said, go Blue, Michigan. That's my squad all day. Wolverine till I die. We rank 25 right now. I don't like it, but at least we rank. If there's a will, there's a way. I don't know how we gonna will it, but I still ride for my team. But we go up against Northern Illinois. In other college games, we got Michigan State and Miami, Florida. The U, we got Coastal Carolina, ranked number 16, Buffalo. By the way, Miami is ranked at number 24. Ranked Virginia Tech 15 going up against West Virginia. Nebraska going up against number 3, Oklahoma. Cincinnati ranked at number 8 going up against Indiana. New Mexico is going up against Texas A&M. They ranked at number 7. Purdue's going up against Notre Dame. They ranked at 12. Those are just a couple of notable games that's going on with some of the rankings in the top 25 right now. Trying to see because, oh, yeah, how can I forget about this game? Oh, shout outs to all. I'm from Pennsylvania, Erie, PA. That's for people that's watching, outside of Erie, that like and subscribe and share to my channel, just so you know that I rep 814 all day. This is where I was born and raised. I love it here. I'm just trying to make something happen, bring more attention to the city, more positivity. I'm going to start interviewing people, you know what I'm saying? Got a couple people lined up. I'm going to just keep all of that in the tuck right now. But that was just a shout outs to me, shout outs to my city, and shout outs to my team. But the game I think that everybody is looking at is ranked number 1 Alabama against ranked number 11 Florida. Just off of the success of Nick Saban alone, I'm going to have to go with him. Florida's really not a bad team, but what he's been able to do constantly on a year-and-year basis, when people, they're going to the draft, you're losing players, but you're gaining players. You got to develop players. It's like he's good at his job, basically. And so with them, and there's a reason why they're ranked number 1. There's a reason why they have a lot of college, championships. It's the system, and I'm going to trust the system to beat Florida. Shout outs to all my Florida fans and everything. But that was the wrap up of everything going on right now. I'm really glad that y'all supporting me, man. Like, I'm really humbled by this. I thank God every day that I'm able to chase my dream and do what I need to do and still balance being a dad and everything like that. And just, I work hard to get where I'm at. And I just thank y'all. And I'm always plug myself. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share it to my YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out to my cousin Darren, who's also my barber. I'm going to go see him tomorrow, looking kind of rough. You know, I ain't even picked the beard out. The I'm sorry if it went from light to like somewhat dark on this a little bit. I kind of had my camera on I had the light on a little bit too long and the shit just faded out on me. But I do promise y'all better production. I'm learning, I'm growing, and my whole process and my whole thinking is I want y'all to learn and to grow with me. If I'm wrong, please correct me, and if you're wrong, I'm gonna correct you. But we all good. We all do this in the spirit of love. Shout outs to all the podcasts in Erie, everybody that's doing their thing. Shout outs to everybody that's making music. I'm just somebody that's trying to put the city on, get the city a better perspective, you know, and I'm always keep delivering. I got a lot of different episodes coming up. You know, we're going to get more into, you know, the hip hop base of this, you know, the rap base. Anybody, you know, that want to come on, just hit up my inbox. We'll discuss something. We'll go over time schedules and everything like that. Anybody wants some pictures? Because I'm starting to be a beast at that. If you want some pictures for you and your loved ones, please hit my Facebook inbox. I'm also on Twitter at Tay2485, same handle. On Instagram, you can hit me up on any social media platform. We can discuss business, and I can make some nice pics, and we could just do business all around. I'm in the business of being creative and doing creative things. Sports ain't the only thing that, you know, I'm gonna get into and talk about. I eventually want to make it behind the camera and start putting other people on and start producing other podcasts. So if you got any type of ideas and if you want to be creative and leave your ego and all of that other shit out the door and just come in here and just do it for what we love to do, I invite y'all. Like I said, please continue to like, subscribe, and share to my YouTube channel. I hope y'all love it. I hope y'all keep the numbers going. I hope everything is good. God bless. Always be with love. Always be with peace. Always love sports. Always love me. Take the loose Cannon Adams, aka Stephen Tay Smith. Here to drop it. 5, and I'm out now.